Okay, girls, can you build a tower for me right now?
Yeah.
Okay, one at a time. One at a time.
Georgia goes first.
We're gonna build the Tower of Babel. That's what our tower is called. Okay, go ahead, Frankie. Okay, Georgie, you're next. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you a story about the Tower of Babel. Go ahead, Georgie. Wait, where does it go? Yep. Okay, so there's these people. There were these people. Keep going. Go, Georgie. And they wanted to build a tower as high as they possibly could to God. Because they were thinking, okay, I think God lives in the sky. Do you know where God lives?
In heaven.
Okay, where's heaven?
Heaven is up, past space, past the clouds, past everything.
Yeah. It is past everything. That is true. And so they were thinking, if we could build a tower that's high enough, then we could see God. And then what we'd do is we would get all this food, and they'd build a little temple, okay, beside the tower, and they'd put little food down here. And there'd be, what is God like? Maybe he likes some popcorn. Maybe he likes some apples. Maybe God likes some bananas. Good job.
God likes everything.
God, good job. And so they were thinking, if we could get it high enough, then God will go on top of our tower, and then he'll come down and we'll be like, here, God, here's some bananas for you. And God will be like, oh, I love banana. Oh, I love apple. Ooh, I love popcorn. I'm God. And then God's like, I'm choking on a kernel.
I choke on kernels, too.
I choke on popcorn kernels all the time, too. And so they were thinking if they could, and then they'll go, okay, God, we're going to build up to you, and then we're going to give you all these treats, but in return, you have to do whatever we say. What's the matter with that?
God, oh, I don't know.
What's the matter with trying to give God treats so that he does whatever you want? What's wrong with that?
Bad.
It's bad? Why is it bad?
Because, like, I don't know.
You can't trick God that way. He does whatever he wants, right? And you can't, the word that adults, okay, sit down. Here, Georgie, you need to hold the popcorn, okay? Don't choke on any kernels. Here, you hold on the bananas, okay? And so the people wanted God to come down, and they wanted to trick him. Exactly. And they thought that they could build all the way up. And you know what God did? God was like, okay, God was like, I don't like this. You can't build up to me. I don't live up in the clouds. I live way past there. You're never going to be able to get high enough to me. Did you know that you could never get high enough to God?
Yes.
Georgie, have you ever been in an airplane?
Yeah.
You have?
No, Georgie, don't.
Hey, have you ever been in an airplane? Did you see God in the airplane?
No.
You didn't see God in the airplane?
No. Clouds and
Did you? Okay, so what if you went high enough to the moon? Would you be able to see God?
No.
What if you went high enough to the sun? Would you be able to see God?
No.
No, you can't go high enough to see God. He's too high. Now listen to this. Frankie, listen to this. Listen to this. There's a lot of people who think that they can do enough good things in order to make God happy. Did you know that? And so they build these towers, and then they go, okay, God, I was nice. I obeyed mommy and daddy, and so you have to give me chocolate every day.
Ow!
Right? And God's like this. No! He was like, I don't like that. And then he went and he found this guy named Abraham. Well, his name was Abram at the time. And God rejected all of the people trying to build the tower. And he was like, no, your tower stinks. Your tower stinks like a dirty dog. like a puppy that hasn't taken a bath in a long time. Have you ever smelled a stinky puppy?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do they smell like?
They smell like bad, stupid things.
Like what?
Poop.
You said a funny word. Okay.
I said it smells like pee and poop.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And the thing is that God was like, oh, that's gross. And so God came and he found Abraham. And Abraham was just a guy like he's like walking around. He's like, hi, my name is Abraham. Well, actually, his name was Abram. And he's like, oh, Abram.
Put
put his pants on. Okay. And so Abram was walking around, and he had this kitty, and the kitty's name was Gigi, and he had
No, that's a dog. And that's a bunny.
This is a dog? No, this is a kitty. And he was like, oh, here, Gigi, I love you. Just kidding. And then he's like, oh, it's a squirrel. I love you, Mr. Squirrel. Just kidding. And then he was like, oh, I like rabbits. Oh, watch, I'm going to make this rabbit disappear. And he ate it. And then God was like, hey, Abram. And he's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just like eating stuff. And he's like, okay, I'm God, and I want to know if you want to be my friend. And Abraham was like, I'll be your friend, God.
Abraham, do you want to see me puppy?
He loved popcorn, too. And then he started choking on a kernel. And then he threw it up. Okay, so listen to this. In the story of Babel, the Tower of Babel, they built the tower up to God. But then in the story of Abraham, God came down to Abraham. And you see, the only way that we can be friends with God is if God comes down to us and he says, hey, let's be friends. We can't build up to God. God has to come down to us. Did you know that, Georgie? Georgie?
Yeah?
What are you doing?
I'm grabbing this honey.
You're trying to get an animal?
No, honey.
Oh, is that honey?
Yeah? No,
Do you know who loves honey? Abraham.
That's too spicy.
Okay, now listen to this. Yeah, so exactly. When he ate it, when Abraham ate the bananas, though, it made him really sick. And he ate them. He's like, and then he's like, oh, my tummy hurts. And he was going, ah! Ah!
True.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. Then, so God said to Abraham, I'm going to be your friend, and I'm going to bless you. And I'm going to give you so many sheep and so many camels and so many donkeys and so many kids. And Abraham said, I believe you, God. And the Bible says that Abraham believed God.
Can I look at his thing? Pretty vet.
No. He has pants on.
Hong Kong. No.
Oh, wait, look, this is Abraham's
Deer.
This is his deer that he rode through the forest. Da-da-da-da-da-da, I'm Abram. And this deer was like, you're too heavy. Maybe lose a couple pounds. Gah! Okay, so
Stop
God
throwing stuff.
So God said to
We need
Abraham,
to.
because Abraham believed God, he was made a friend of God. If you believe God, listen to this. If you believe God,
You will have everlasting life.
yes, you can be his friend. How do you be God's friend? By believing him. How do you be God's friend?
By believing him.
How do you be God's friend?
We listen to God.
That's right, and we believe him. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 5. On the side. On the roof. You're a goof. Give me 5. On the side. On the roof. Down low. Too slow. The end.